Good afternoon, Davide.
Good afternoon, Linda.
Costa Group was the first worldwide to offer LNG ships with the Aida Nova. It was 4 years ago, and followed by the Costa Smeralda and Toscana. LNG can reduce CO2 emissions by 25%. So what is the next step to reduce even more?
Yeah, we consider LNG as a transition fuel, which means that it's an intermediate step for the next level of technology, which will rely on fuel cell, batteries, and on a technology that we are still heavily and thoroughly testing on our ships, either at Costa and Aida, but which still has some tweaks to be solved.
Which technologies in particular?
It's a combination of fuel cells and batteries, enabling first the ships to, let's say, navigate the last miles before getting into port at zero emission, and then growing and further away until reaching our ambition to operate a carbon neutral fleet by 2050.
And you think that this is a goal that you could achieve?
We definitely, not only we think that we could achieve that, but we are investing huge resources on that. We are leveraging on all our global facilities, and so we will definitely get there.
During the forum World for Travel this morning, you said on stage that 8 Costa Group ships are equipped to plug in at dockside, but only 2% of the ports in the world are equipped with electrical outlets. Does that mean that ports are not investing enough?
I mean, according to CLIA data, overall 40% of the global cruise ships and more than 50% if we look at Costa are equipped for shore power connection. Only 2%, as you said, of the ports, meaning 29 ports worldwide, are equipped for that. I wouldn't define that as a lack of investment from port authorities. I rather see them as, let's say, the necessary transition period from one technology to the other. What we see is that the cooperation with local authorities and port authorities is very profitable, is very effective, and things are moving quick. So I would expect by 2026, 2027 to see a lot of ports in Europe and outside Europe to be fully equipped for that.
Okay. There is a kind of cruise bashing, including in the port of Marseille. I guess you know that there is a petition against the cruise industry. So have you had any discussions with the Marseille City Council on that subject? What can you do?
Well, our relation with the city of Marseille, I should say, are excellent. Of course, we see isolated case of the one you just mentioned, either in Marseille or in other cities, which frequently relies on lack of information or, and of course, generate big news on the media. As a company, we are committed in a relation which is capable of creating environmental and social value for the destination. Because at the end, a destination means a local community which welcomes our ship. We are guests of the local community hosting us. So we cannot imagine our leadership to 2050 without taking into consideration the need to be accessible, inclusive, and to generate value for people.
What are your commitments on the social side of sustainability?
That's a very good question. Thank you for that. We spend a lot of work always, as a cruise industry, as Costa, talking about the technological innovation, the environmental footprint, and what we do from that perspective. But if you ask me, so thank you for that. If you ask me what is the biggest impact, the biggest positive impact which we can, do, is for people. I will mention 2 examples. First one, think of the awareness, sensitization potential that we have by taking our guests on board with us for 7 days. We can let them be more aware on a lot of challenges that they are facing at home. And the second example has to do with the direct impact that we can do for people. And just to make you an example, we know that what makes a destination so unique are the local tradition, the identity of a local community. Last year we launched an initiative called Traditions in the Future, in which we identify for every main port of call, we started from Italy, France and Spain, and we are expanding that gradually, a local tradition which is risking to disappear due to globalization. And we are investing time and resources to make sure that that local tradition, which is identitary for that local community, will be passed on in the future. So that's how we truly want to create value. And I can go on making a lot of other examples.
Okay, thank you very much, Davide.
Thank you so much.